FMX is FMX here. We can't start with one team not here. Hail the true citizens of their realm. What's up? Alright, you're here? Alright, we're starting. The ninth has smiled upon us, and our plans have come to fruition. Verily, there is much to celebrate. Now you remember your duty. You must ensure that Grandy's interests are enforced throughout the kingdom. Ninth bless the south. Indeed, ninth blesses all. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Toby, good luck in your days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it dealing with us a lot. Hail and well met, your majesty. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape, huh? That's from Smeggleman, and with that, we're done. The council is immediately filled with raised voices. What do you think? Will she be a good little queen? Do as she's told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan, just in case. Your majesty, you may have won the throne from Monarch Nalara, but you still have to answer to the council. As a tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Should I get changed in my waterproof robes? It may be for the best, your majesty. Shall we call the nobles in? We'll do any of these. Any of these are fine. Oh my god, the barons have 0 military. Looks like we got 3 on D, and it looks like that's going to be it. That's majority. Soldiers from across the kingdom take part in the parade. They're even outfitted in impressive new equipment for the occasion. As you climb atop their shield and hold your sword aloft, you realize this is not going to be easy. Your arms quickly start to hurt and your soldiers stagger and groan under your weight. Sure enough, one of your shield bearers trips on a loose cobblestone and you drop so you face first into a puddle in full view of half the city. At least the only thing hurt is your pride. Master, history books don't look kindly on usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope people remember you? Alright, what's chat be wanting? What should I be doing here? Which goal should it be for this monarch? Saint looks good. Alright, people want me to go Saint, mainly because I assume it's low, but I will do it anyway. The church will love you, I suspect, but will anyone else? I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving faith. Harley of the Ziggy Pie clan, powerful political mastermind, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, screaming like a fallen god. Chiefs of the North, we all know that I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Sofia. How do we make that happen? Alright, what are we doing, chiefs? Alright, looking like we're gonna do prophecy. Who is the other chief? Toby. Okay, I'll be starting. The chiefs plan to realize an ancient prophecy. Before the new monarch rises, the kingdom will be ruled by a mad tyrant. To advance their scheme, must raise authority. Uland of the Polishman lineage, sinister marcher prodigy, stands before blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. When have the barons of the march backed down from a fight? Never. I know you'll do what it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. Alright, Polishman and Schmegel, what y'all doing? I'd prefer if you voted A or B, or A or C, I mean. Don't vote B, because it's Defiance. The lower Defiance ones are always the most boring, in my opinion. Alright, Polishman votes B. Do B? Polishman, I'll have you know, you're just gonna get attacks, and it's never go. You're never. I'll do everything in my power to prevent you from getting doppelganger. All right, thank God. The barons plan to make a bargain with the wizard. These immortal spellcasters seldom get involved in political squabbles, but perhaps if the queen was considered a threat to their autonomy, 5 or more. A creditor of the FMX lineage, charismatic political mastermind, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. Praise be, Sofia now sits on the throne and the grandees are in charge, but the other regions will already be scheming to depose her. Do we stay loyal or cut our losses? Alright, what you doing? FMX, tell me what you're doing right now. Vote A, okay. That settles it then. Glory to the queen and to the glory to the 9th. But we can always change our mind if she gets out of line. Aid me. Another celebration. Your Majesty, it is my singular honor to invite you to attend an annual Night of the Seven Pyres celebration. Of course, as a former grandee, you must remember attending such festivals in your youth. Now you'll get a chance to organize a pyre yourself. I look forward to it. Praise be the 9th. Don't worry. Organizing a pyre won't be too costly. I look forward to it, Your Highness. Your Majesty, the Archduke of Sol has invited you to his forthcoming wedding. Your attendance would help shore up relations between our great two nations. Gods above, great nation, the island of Sol is nothing more important than nothing more than a nest of pirates and cutthroats. And I heard it isn't a proper marriage. The Archduke is marrying a fish. Their groom is a fin folk, one of the denizens of the sea, perfectly sapient and actually amphibious. Well, the church doesn't agree with a man marrying a fish. We mustn't legitimize this farce by allowing the queen to attend. All right. B? Is that what we're doing? B, okay. FMX is going C. All right, it looks like it's going to be B. FMX, don't you worry. It's me and you versus the entire kingdom. Must these regards be warm? Can't they be icy cold? I'll compose a polite refusal with an accompanying congratulations, but it's a shame. This was a chance for real diplomatic progress. When the common folk of the South hear about the Archduke's wedding, they broadly supportive union. And when the common folk of the South hear about the Archduke's wedding, they're broadly supportive of the union. Public opinion turns against the overly strict church. Okay, I was getting confused there. Good news, Your Majesty. I received a vision. I saw you bathed in holy light, blades and missiles crumbling to dust before they could reach you. You do not need to recruit an honor guard. The 9th god will shield you from all harm. I've never seen the 9th protect someone from a sword through the chest. You need tangible guards, Your Majesty. I've made my decision. I await your verdict with bated breath. I don't need an honor guard. Your Majesty, I must protest in the strongest possible terms. The nobles will consider this an insult to their warriors' prowess. And more importantly, without an honor guard, you're totally unprotected. Is your life worth so little? I'm willing to risk it. Actually, you know what? Maybe I've changed my mind. I await your verdict with bated breath. The Southern Nuns. I'll make the arrangements at once. Foolishness, do you not trust in the protection of the 9th? This kingdom grows more faithless by the day. The battle nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their storm steel masks betraying nothing before filing into formation behind your throne. Alright, everyone, auction time. Sorry about that, I had to get some water. Toby Polsko, wake up, you have money. B and E, authority up. Farming, stability up, okay. B and D. Authority up, military up. B and D, authority up, military up, okay. Your Majesty, help us. Baron Schmegelman of the March is bleeding us dry, he is. What is he doing? Our taxes are 10 times higher than they've ever been. I can't afford to feed me cows. It's true, Your Majesty. Baron Schmegelman has been taxing his peasants at least twice as much as the next highest. It's been a hard year, Your Majesty. I barely have any golden left in my vault. What do you... Oh, well, I don't really care. What about this poor peasant's cows? A pox on the stupid cows. Let's see what the council thinks of this, We got a split vote. Is Toby gonna come out of nowhere and break the vote? I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the 9th, tax collection has been our duty since the days of old. Why should we rest of us be punished because of Baron Schmegel's mistakes? The royal tax collector proves to be diligent and efficient, but the barons are outraged at the implication they cannot be trusted. Your Holiness, your Majesty, something most strange has occurred in the KotC. A new island has risen, halfway between our shores and the island of Saul. The Finfolk raised it from the dust using their weird ocean magic. It's true, Your Majesty. The Finfolk raised the island to celebrate their marriage of their prince to the Archduke of Saul. They will gift it to him on the day of their ceremony. This is terrible news. The island is of immense strategic importance. We can't let it fall in slushy hands. I think we all know the only choice here. Alright, looks like we're lowering Defiance so that way the barons can't rebel. I mean, Polish, if you want the barons to rebel, you might want to vote C. That's all I'm saying. Might want to vote C, Polishman. Ah, let's go. Capital idea. You want me to sleep with fishes? You don't need to go that far, but you're unattached and you'd make a far better match for this Finfolk than the Archduke of some rainy island, if I must. Very well, said seduce the fishmen. We all admire your sacrifice, Your Holiness. Preparation to begin for your clandestine visit to one of the Finfolk's undersea villages. Your Chancellor has heard of magic reeds that allow the bearer to breathe underwater, but such a thing will take weeks to track down. At least that gives you time to prepare your underwater visit and buy some waterproof roses. Your Majesty, it's important that you find a spell sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? I'm not interested. Are you sure, Majesty? The nobles will be most upset. Surely it behooves you to look at some options. I suppose it would do no harm. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out the messengers, the most influential. Yep. You marry into the grandees, right? Damn, I tried to really get this authority. Damn. Far to the north, where snow blankets the landscape, wolves howl in the night, the chiefs uncover an ancient prophecy foretelling the rise of a tyrant queen and the warriors who will overthrow her. A congregation of god speakers huddles around the tablets, detailing the supposedly ancient story, whispering excitedly, "Praise Morgana, the tablets are genuine, then the gods are good, and we are blessed. Harley will be our monarch, and all hail the Lord Render." Cheers circle the clan hall. A mug of ale is tipped over Harley's head. The influence of the old gods is spreading. We must ensure we keep the old ways alive in the north. And surely Morgana will bless us with the power to crown Harley. For the next stage, lower faith. In the march, Baron Polishman stands atop a border fort flanked by soldiers glaring out over the Ashmedian border with a scowl. Below a portcullis rattles open. A twisted stone figure is carried into the fortress, borne on a palanquin carried by hollow-eyed apprentices. The Baron goes down to meet him. Well, I have taken time out of my very busy schedule to come and meet you in this pimple of a fort on the backside of nowhere. I thought we might have a common goal. Save your breath. I already know what you want me for. Assistance in overthrowing the current queen, am I right? Well, was it that obvious? I was born a long time ago before yesterday. My good Baron, and unlike some of my more isolated colleagues, I'm no stranger to political machinations. On this occasion, our goals happen to align, but I cannot act out on your behalf. Not until the bees are taken care of. Did you say bees? Yes, on this plane they're simple insects, but in the apiary, the world of dreams and magic, they're powerful beings. They call themselves dreams of being, and they have an innate fondness for royalty and sometimes protect monarchs from magical interference. But they won't harm non-magical folk beyond the occasional sting, so you can deal with them. For the next stage of their scheme, barons will slower farming. That's what you get, your money. The Finfolk extend a stagecoach made from a giant clam pulled by seahorses. You equip your magic-breathing reed and hop inside. The clam carriage plunges beneath the wave, and you are whisked down into the murky depths. A few hours later, you arrive at an undersea citadel of kelp-woven huts. The prince meets you at a grand table formed of knotted coral. Tiny Finfolk spawnlings swim around your legs as you sit. Greetings, your majesty. We are honored to have such a prestigious visitor. Wow, this place is amazing. A whale passes overhead, momentarily dousing you in a shadow. So you're here to discuss my betrothal to Archduke Shomo and the island I'm giving him as a dowry. First of all, I must offer my congratulations. Thank you. Unlike most of my kind, I believe that Finfolk and Servfolk must get along. This wedding is the first step in that process. May I offer these pearls as a tribute? Thank you, most generous. May I ask, why do you have to give him a dowry? Well, it's a very small island. The Archduke assured me it wasn't worth very much. After all, you Servfolk have so much land already. Actually, the island's worth a huge amount to us. Oh, really? How interesting the Archduke told me differently. This new island could cause a war between your future husband and I. A war, really? I can't risk that. It seems my betrothed has misled me about the importance of this island. Such deceit. He is not the man I thought him to be. I'll have to call off the wedding. Thank you for clarifying things to me, your majesty. Why should I go so soon? Let's have a drink. The Finfolk Prince offers you a bitter seaweed beer, which you imbibe through a complex underwater drinking mechanism. For hours, you and he swap stories and commiserate over the hardships of royalty. As soon as the night draws on, you find yourself and the prince growing closer and closer. A touch of the knee, a stroke of the gills. Could you take things further? Your Holiness, you just enabled them to rebel. I know, I want Polishman to rebel again. I want him to rebel with that one military and see what happens. See him get slapped down to a fucking oblivion again. So what are we doing here? Oh, this is new? Shit. Well, if it's new for you, draw the Finfolk Prince in for a kiss. You spend a pleasurable night with the Finfolk Prince atop a bed of woven kelp. It'll be a night you remember for a long time, but it's over far too quickly. Propose to marry the Finfolk Prince. When you drop to one knee, the Finfolk Prince makes a startled noise that sounds like a frog throwing up a set of bagpipes. You cannot be serious. This is so fast. You didn't even know my name. What is your name? My name is Glorb. Problem solved. I have only just decided to end my betrothal to the Archduke. You'd have me move on so quickly? Things move fast in politics. But what of your vindictive nobles and your hide-bound priests? Your kingdom is less accepting of my kind than the Isle of the Sol. Love can overcome any hurdle. This is madness, but... with a gentle smile, Glorp grabs you by the hand. Yes, 1,000 times yes. In fact, why wait? Let's get married right now. We can formalize things in your cathedral later, but how many of your kind can boast having an underwater wedding? The prince rushes about the village organizing an impromptu ceremony. Before you know it, you're swimming down the aisle, a manta ray draped around your shoulders like a cloak. You take me as your husband. I do. Glorb draws you in for a passionate kiss. The watching villagers cheer, filling the cold church with bubbles. And so we are married in the eyes of the Deep Queen. I suppose we must journey to the surface and marry in the eyes of your ninth god as well. I am so looking forward to meeting your courtiers. They'll love you. But in the back of your mind, you're worried. The church is not going to take this lightly. The next day, after a wonderful wedding, you and your new husband travel back to the surface in a clamshell carriage. So how did... Oh, ninth above, you brought the Finfolk Prince back with you. The Chancellor turns a faint shade of red at the sight of your handsome, glistening husband. Indeed, good Chancellor, and we are married now. Ah, I have my see. Well, may I be the first to congratulate you, Your Majesty, but the church will not be happy when they find out. Well, let's see if they find out right now. Well, I spent a few weeks finding some suitable matches for you, Your Majesty, but I suppose given the circumstances, I wasted my time. The ninth is very disappointed in you, Your Holiness. No, don't worry. I'll raise faith up. Your Majesty, I'm stunned, outraged, incensed. I've been summoned by the trial by the Inquisition on some nonsense fabricated charges. They're saying a group of church missionaries went missing near my land. The weather's cold around there. Anything could happen to them. No one dares defend me on their own. They're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set, but the Council must intervene, Your Greatness. Though she remains silent, the Council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. You gotta help the Inquisitor right here. FMX, this one's for you. This one's for you, FMX. We go for the faith. Besides that one time I didn't go for the faith, but this time we do. Alright, we got an A and B. Search for a witness to defend. Okay, that's what we're doing, I guess. Unless, I mean, I don't know. Polishman wants to vote B, but how would I know what Polishman wants to vote? Is he here? Damn, looks like Polishman cannot come to my rescue. Oh my god, you voted B as I ended the fucking vote. Oh well. You distribute a proclamation among the chiefs asking for a witness of Toby Polsko's innocence. A northern villager eventually comes forward saying she saw the missionaries heading in the direction of a frozen lake near Toby's estate. Indeed, they're soon found wandering aimlessly throughout the featureless tundra, completely lost and snowblind, but alive. With no dead missionaries, the Inquisitor is forced to drop the charges and pay compensation to Toby, who sends you a small gift. Thank you, Toby. Polish, you traitor, our alliance is no more. That's what I like to see. Deep in the backrooms of the royal palace, the southern grandees are poring over secret letters, scribbled diagrams on a wall. On the wall is a corkboard filled with pins and crisscrossed by colored strings. The queen has married Glord. Praise the ninth. Praise the ninth, FMX. You just told me. FMX, all I'm saying, you just said praise the ninth I married a Finfolk, so it must be canon in the religion. It must be. It has to be if you're saying it. Now she just needs to get on with producing an heir. We can't hold off the other regions for longer. Indeed, the clock is ticking. The chiefs have been propping up the queen's authority a lot recently, which is highly suspicious. We gotta keep our efforts up. Wah. Alright, faith. Fuck, why did I do this first? God damn it. I should have did the other things first. They would have got mad, then I would have lowered defiance. Glad you can make, Your Holiness. Welcome to Kavana, a beautiful place. The city is excited to have you here, Your Majesty. The citizens cannot wait and see your pyre burn. You will provide the surrounding entertainment and arrange the event's spectacular climax. But first, we'll do the seventh god. Excellent decision. We've always built in Central Square, usually attracting the biggest crowd. Now what type of entertainers do you? We're gonna do lion tamers, clowns, and acrobats. That's it. That's all. Regular fireworks. I can't wait. Soon, the night of the seven pyres is upon you. The streets of Kavana are crammed with merrymakers. As the royal stagecoach makes its way to the town square, the citizens greet you with cheers and roses. The effigy of the seventh god towers over the rooftops, a 50-foot demon with fearsome horns as it bursts into flames. Out come your acrobats, clowns, and lion tamers. The clowns honk and squeak, the lions pose and prance and leap through hoops. Overhead, the acrobats glide above flames like doves. The crowd applauds, delighted at the sheer spectacle. Finally, your effigy explodes, fills the night sky with fizzling colors. The crowd coos. The surrounding buildings look distinctly flammable. Fortunately, no stray sparks catch anything alight. Thanks to the stars, you didn't want to be known as the queen who burned down Kavana. The next day you wait anxiously to hear. Congratulations, your majesty. All anyone could talk about is spectacular pyre. Everyone agrees you honor the ninth god and put one hell of a show on. Praise the ninth god. Praise be unto him, your majesty, your highness. I hope you come down soon enough. Someday for another night of the seventh pyres. Yeah, Polishman, I mean, yeah. Polishman broke the treaty. You stare out over the assembled faces of your nobles. You have a big announcement for them. You're not sure how they'll take it. Badly, you expect. You clear your throat. May I introduce you to your new king consort? Your servants blow trumpets to signal the Finfolk prince's arrival. He steps out beside you, his feet slapping on the marble and his waves awkwardly. I will do my best to bring our people together. For too long, the land and sea have failed to understand each other. A collective gasp ripples throughout the ranks of the nobles. Someone faints. One of the grandees spits out a mouthful of wine. By the ninth, the queen has married a fish. Someone fetch the archbishop. By Oddheld's horn, you married a Finfolk over one of our eligible candidates? Can you all be normal for a change? The nobles mutter darkly amongst themselves. News of your Finfolk husband spreads like wildfire throughout the kingdom. It's not long before an outraged archbishop petitions the council. Your majesty, this undersea wedding is not legitimate. Finfolk traditions have no authority in the kingdom, and I will not allow your fishy friend to step a single web foot into St. Bertram's Cathedral. Everyone, if you're enjoying the stream, though, please make sure to follow. I would appreciate it. I stream every Tuesdays, King of the Castle, sometimes King of the Castle Thursdays, and Variety Fridays. Alright, looks like we're gonna get the A. I'm gonna end the vote once it ends, because that's a majority. Your wedding to the Finfolk prince is naturally to talk the kingdom. Commoners travel from every corner of the realm to the tent. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Many nobles have refused to attend. Even now, they're still furious that you're marrying a Finfolk. On the day of the ceremony, the streets are packed, but St. Bertram's Cathedral is nearly empty. But when you walk down the aisle and see Glorb waiting by the altar, nothing else matters. Ugh. Do you take this fist as your lawfully wedded husband? I object. Archduke of Shomo. You recognize the figure from anywhere. It's Archduke Shomo! The man who had been betrothed to the Finfolk prince until you swooped in. You stole my husband, snake fiend. I want my island. The Archduke swiftly bundled away by security, but you suspect that's not the last you heard from him. You turn your attention back to the Archbishop who's rolling his eyes. I do. Then I pronounce you wife and fish. Now get the fuck out of here. You're greeted outside the cathedral by a huge cheering crowd. The nobles in the church may not like it, but the common folk adore your new Finfolk husband. They like me. They really like me. You and your husband head back to the palace where you celebrate long into the night. It's hours before the two of you have time alone. Surface customs are so fascinating. I was particularly impressed by your land horses. My land horses? So what now? I can't stay above water for more than a week, and my people still need a leader. We'll work it out. Of course we will. Let's hope your nobles will get used to my presence. They'll quickly realize how amazing you are. Oh, you flatter me. You never knew a Finfolk could blush like that. Care to join me in bed? No time like the present. Come here, my darling wife. You don't get much sleep. The church condemns you, but the peasants are on your side for once. Across the kingdom, more and more ordinary people are striking up relationships with Finfolk and getting married in the shallows. The improved relations between sea and shore are particularly beneficial for the south, where Finfolk happily herd fish into southern nets. My love, there you are. I have something I need to discuss with you. That oaf Baron Polishman III challenged my honor, calling me a coward only fit to fight training dummies. I must regain my honor by fighting them at once. Give them a good kicking for me. By the 9th, I will. Not to worry. The very next day, Baron Polishman III is summoned to the fighting ring for a much-anticipated duel. Are you ready, Glorb? I shall enjoy putting you in your place. Alright, everyone, we're gonna get up a little gambling going. Glorb or Poland. That's it. Does Glorb win? Or does Poland win? Just so everyone knows, I am choosing the cheer for Glorb option. That's the 70% chance. This is the pass or fail. Who wins, Glorb or Polishman? Let's go. Did you seriously marry a fish? I did. Damn, we got a 1,000 on Glorb. No one's voting for Poland, Toby. I'm sorry. Not even Polishman's voting for Poland. Oh, what happened to the prediction? Oh, okay, no one voted Poland, okay. Glorb grins ever so slightly. The two combatants circle each other like lions, their swords drawn and pointed at each other. When they finally come to blows, the fight is almost as over as quickly as it began. A quick parry here, a thrust here, and suddenly Baron Polishman is holding up their hands. In a display of surrender, choose outcome, Glorb wins. Well fought, you win. Glorb looks positively jubilant. He has proven his skill and vindicated his family name. Sofia, I have a surprise for you. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. When you open them again, you're looking at a map. There's a new dot in the middle of the KotC. What's this? I've raised a new island for you. Call it a wedding present. When you announce the good news, the marshal is ecstatic. Even your nobles are grudgingly impressed. Let's see what the council wants to do with this new island. Let's veto that. Yeah, you only won the same amount you put in because no one voted Poland, by the way, Ziggy. Sadly, you didn't get any points because everyone knew Glorb was going to win. Give it to the church, use it for trade routes or military outposts. Alright, I'll be ending the vote in 5. Oh, that's it. FMX, I was gonna do this because it helps the South, but I mean, if you want C FMX, I'll do C. The church immediately sets about building a nunnery on the island. As thanks, priests sing your praises and sermons despite your controversial choice of husband. I'm glad you like it. Mazzy, dreadful tidings. Summer has been exceedingly hot this year and citizens have been dying for the heat. My harvest will be poor, as you can imagine. There's something I can do, perhaps, your highness, and the council is willing. Got a striking suspicion. I really do. Yeah, I feel like you're all gonna vote the same thing. Yep. You prevent the worst of the heat wave's effects by forcing peasants to work just as hard as usual. Many die under the heat of the scorching sun. People start comparing to King Archibald Goldfinger, insatiably greeting tyrant of centuries past. My liege, I have a proposition for you. As we know, you are the greatest queen who ever lived, but you're locking up a lot of people, which is your right, of course. Many of them are the pettiest criminals, and thousands are locked up for illegally dumping human waste, for example. Most of them will make good laborers and farmhands, which is what we sorely need in the march. Perhaps we can work out a deal? Yo, we can. It's called Give Me Money. FMX, I'd prefer if you vote A. I want that money. Is a Russian. Praise the ninth, glory to the queen. You're goddamn right. Fuck, I don't know my compass directions. That happens, Schmegel man. Alright, looks like Ziggy Pie, do you wanna... What you wanna vote? You wanna vote A or C? Ziggy, you're the deciding factor, whether it's A or C. Alright, it's C. You suffer a number of glowing stares from the marcher benches. Word spreads of your uncompromising nature. Auction started. Barons need to lower farming, and chiefs need to keep faith down. Welcome, Xavius. It's a new session. You are on the Grandees. So no spending money. That's what it's looking like. We got farming up, and that's about it. We rebel together or we don't rebel at all. That's true, Barons. You either rebel with everyone or no one, because that one military from the... Oh my god. What just happened there? Military down, farming up. Alright, the FMX. Shit. Your Majesty, I have a matter of some delicacy to speak to you about. Good day, cousin. How's the old kingdom going, eh? I always thought it looked like a lot of work, but I suppose you get a fancy hat. Lord Fitzbelt's your very distant cousin, about 50th in line to the throne. You haven't seen him in years. What's going on? Lord Fitzbelt's been staying at my estate for the last year, Your Highness, but unfortunately there have been some financial impacts. He's been borrowing money from me for months, saying he'll pay me back, but my coffers are bare. Yes, poor Polishman III couldn't even afford a little banquet to see me off. I'm sorry it's come to this, but I must petition the court for your funds. Well, I'm not paying Polishman III. Hell no. Alright, we got all on 6. Or that. Lord Fitzbelt storms out in a noisy huff. Still, at least some of the treasury's safe from your cousin's grasp. Yeah, get him out of here. One bright morning, you were taking a stroll in the palace gardens, arm in arm with your beloved husband, and with the help of my Finfolk villagers, we can build an underwater roads which help open up trade between. Glorb is interrupted when a black-clad figure wielding a crossbow pops out of the mulberry bush and takes carefully aim at his heart. Dive in front of the crossbow bolt. Time seems slow. You dive in front of your husband. A moment later, one of your southern battle knights dives in front of you. The bolt strikes her in the stomach, sending her crashing to the floor. The rest of your honor guard rush forward and chomp the would-be assassin to pieces. By the depths, my life flashed before my eyes. Your Majesty, are you right? How is the king consort? We're both fine. One of my honor guards is hurt very badly. A physician is on their way. While we wait, let me examine the assassin's body. See the squid tattoo on the side of her face? That's a mark of a blue octopus, an assassin's guild from Saul. It seems like Archduke Shomo is still annoyed you stole his husband. Evidently, the Archduke has decided that if he can't have me, no one can. Oof. Either or, whatever y'all want to do. Oh wait, you married the fishman? I did get the fishman and married him in this playthrough. Alright, we got A, B, and C. Let's see what's gonna happen. 2 more votes. Vote V. Vote B, okay. I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Leave this to me, Sofia. My people can take care of this. Your home travels home and organizing a gathering of Finfolk clans. An underwater war is declared on Saul. Over the next few months, hundreds of Selesh vessels disappear without a trace. Selesh fishing and trade flounders while the grandees prosper. At long last, Archduke Shomo is forced to meet with you and your husband, begging for a truce. Bye, surrender. There will be no more attempts on your husband's life. What else can I offer you? FMX, my royal advisor, FMX. Oh, I think Xavier is too, but FMX was here a bit longer. FMX, what do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm doing here, my friend? FMX, see? Any warships? You don't think the treasury's good? Okay. Any warships you have left? With Payne's side, the Archduke signs your proffered treaty. Can I go now? One last thing. With an immense gravitas, your husband steps forward and slaps the Archduke with a large dead fish. The Archduke staggers back, looking utterly perplexed. Ow, how dare you? I don't have to suffer this. After the Archduke storms out of the negotiations tent, your husband offers you a mischievous smile. If anyone asks, that was a traditional Finfolk method of sealing a treaty. But really, I just want to slap him with a fish. I love it. I love it. Pagan prophecies. The Northern Chief's God Speaker uncovered an ancient prop. What are all these fucking quotes? I mean, guess you think it's all fake? Of course it's fake. Nothing those pagan gods have ever said or done is real. This is one of countless misuse that justifies the behavior of immature heathens. What she means to say is the chief's plan to use the prophecy to justify unseating you. True or not, many northerns believe it. Oh, ninth above. Quite. The prophecy tells of an authoritarian queen who's overthrown by a northern warrior. The savior of the pagans known by such name as Thronebreaker, Sword of Vaulter, and the Lord Render. That's you, by the way, the authoritarian queen, not the Lord Render. The prophecy calls for the collapse of and death of all false gods, including the ninth, who Nelquist will lead into a bubbling cauldron disguised as a magical pond. That sounds very heretical. Worse than heresy, Your Majesty. It's a lie. We must strengthen the church in the north. Besides falsifying their prophets, it might even say the few misguided northerners. The pagans still blindly worship their own gods, however. If we don't act soon, the kingdom will be lost. Sorry, Zigpie. Sorry to see you go. Thank you so much for joining, though. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you around. See ya. No problem, Ziggy. I'll be streaming again next Tuesday, maybe Thursday, and maybe Friday. I hope to see you around, Ziggy. Even Toby's like, yeah, these prophecies are false. Meh. Yeah, I mean, A's kind of... Oh, well, technically people can still counter it, but... I'm going to be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Archbishop mobilizes the priesthood. Emergency sermons are held in every church across the kingdom, warning the faithful to stay vigilant against pagan lies. Hundreds of priests are sent up north to preach to the local populace, which naturally causes tension with the chiefs. You hope it will be enough. It was not. That's fine, though. Far to the north, an ancient ceremony at Smoky Clan Hall reaches a fever pitch. Harley, the chief's claimant, sits atop a throne of bones surrounded by god speakers chanting in a forgotten tongue. And thus, Morgana as my witness, I hereby crown you the monarch of the north, the Lord Render, soon to be monarch of all the kingdom. Glory to the Lord Render, chosen of Vaulter, glory to Morgana in the north. The assembled chiefs roar in a chorus with each other. Steins are smashed against one another in celebration. Now we must bring down the false queen in the south and fulfill the prophecy. The only question is how. Xavier, if you're here, can you do me the favor and translate that, please? Thank you. I mean, I could do it real quick. Hold on. No votes? What's going on here? Oh, Zigpie just left and it's Toby. Toby, what you want to do, Toby? It's just you on the Chiefs. You're the entire Chief team, Toby. Toby, you're on the Chiefs, by the way. I'm going to end the vote and it's going to be random. 5, 4. Oh, there we go. So it will be. Send out word to every citizen of the land that they must provide a goat for the butchering. But first we drink in honor of the gods. More cheers erupt throughout the clan hall. Come morning, there will be a lot of work to do. For the final stages of this game, the chiefs must raise farming to at least 6. Down the mark, Baron Polishman III is visiting the wizard Gordius in his tower of black basalt. Lava bubbles and cracks on the stone, somehow flowing uphill. Last night, as I slept, I walked through the glittering halls of the apiary. And you know what I saw? Vast crystalline palaces, dream queens upon shimmering thrones. The hives go from strength to strength. What happened to our deal, you fool? Am I dealing with an incompetent? Please, just give me a few more months. See that you don't. Those who waste my time quickly discover that the 7 hells hold no torments like an irritated wizard. The Baron's aim is lower farming. Interesting news from the March. Do all your family reunions go this well? Is my cousin causing trouble again? You could say that. Lord Fitzbill's decided to tell everyone that you're unwilling to give some of your own blood funds on which to survive. It's stirring up bad feelings against you. Better than nip this in the butt before it gets out of control. I'm not putting his ass up. The fuck? Get his ass out of here. Vote C. Reprimand him for being a baby. Get him out of the kingdom. I hate every time this man shows up. He's so annoying. Get him out. Don't give him a single damn cent. Toby, don't you worry about it. It's fine. It's still gonna be C because majority have it. You send a stern letter to Lord Fitzborough chiding him for his behavior. You don't hear anything back yet. Perhaps he's changed his ways. He better fucking have. I hate him. A blood-red comet was spotted in the night sky over the north, Your Majesty. The villagers claiming it's a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of a panic. Is there anything we can do? I'll tell them it's nothing to worry about. You deliver a speech reassuring the peasants of the north that the comet isn't a good or a bad thing, just probably the ninth god riding a chariot or whatever. Unfortunately, the peasants don't believe a word of it. Your reassurance only panics them further. A few weeks, the north is gripped by panic. Riots breaking out in the streets. Soothsayers wander the land foretelling doom. Your Majesty, the barons have been taking more of their fair share of my harvest. I can barely afford to feed my family this winter. Will you rely on this peasant poison? Will you really let this peasant poison your mind against us, my liege? We've got feasts, banquets planned for every week of the year. Of course we need all that food. Okay, everyone. The barons are currently rebelling, so you should vote B if you're not a baron. To fuck them up a little bit. Oh, damn, Toby. Damn. But I think that's all the votes. Because, what's his name left? Ziggy left. So I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What are we supposed to do? Just give our money away in exchange for goods and services like common merchants? Very well. The ensuing multi-day feasts of the Baron are so grand that they pass into legend. The mirage payment is enough to keep most of the farmers going for another year, though it'll be a hungry winter. The grandees are gathered in an empty council hall late at night. A new report from one of their spies has just come in. By the 9th. The chiefs held some kind of pagan ceremony last month. They crowned Harley as monarch in the north. By the 9th, I knew we should have sent more inquisitors to the north. We should have seen this coming. It's too late to worry about it now. Now they're planning to march on the kingdom and crown Harley monarch of all the kingdom. The problem is, we don't know how they plan to do it, and the queen is still yet to produce an heir. Perhaps it's worth changing tact. If it's too late for Queen Sofia, we might want to get out while we can. Our only option right now is to retake the throne by force if we think Sofia is too weak to hold it. But it's an all or nothing play. If we rebel now, all of our goodwill will be gone, not to mention a few of our heads if we lose. Alright, Xavius and FMX, what's going on here? I prefer rebellions to your rule. It's fine. When we don't rebel, I try to go for achievements. When we rebel, I try to make sure someone who isn't rebelling wins. Alright, I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Praise be. This should help keep Sofia in good grip of the peasantry, but we can't do it all for her. The grandees must continue to aid the queen by countering the other region's schemes. Your marriage to Glorb has leaped from strength to strength over the past month. Truly, you found your soulmate, and every day you count your blessings. It's high time you thought about an heir. Well, you're finally married, but something's still missing. You need an heir. Oh, oops, I skipped past it because I thought we were fucking getting an heir. Oops. The time has come. The kingdom has grown soft under the weak and ineffectual rule of Queen Sofia. As usual, it's up to the barons to fix things with violence. Aye, too right. Let's march on the capital and kick some heads in. All in good time, but we are the barons of the march. Let's live up to the reputation. Let's kick some heads. But first, let's think carefully about where to strike first. We can launch a preemptive strike against the grandees, or if we suspect the chiefs to join us, we can ask them. We could also call upon the church to condemn the queen, or you can send an assassin. Alright, what's happening? Oh, someone joined. Rail Baron, I didn't see you join. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you joining. Welcome to the stream. You're on the chiefs who might rebel right now. I'm not sure though. We'll see. Call upon the chiefs to join the cause. Barons attempt to smuggle a secret message to chiefs, but your watch intercept it and bring it to you. You scan the letter, muttering under your breath at the audacity of the rebels to court your loyal chiefs. How dare they? You read the message aloud at the next council session in a mocking voice. The chiefs laugh uproariously, especially after you shoot them a particularly stern glare. Hey, it's the one military from the barons. What's the actual plan here, my lords? Everyone, barons, Schmegel and Polishman, you're the one soldier you have in your military is in the chat, Warzy, right now. What's the plan? He wants to know it. Welcome, Warzy. Welcome. At long last, the barons have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in the throne room by Baron Polishman III, their boot-stomping muddle over the nice carpet. The barons of the march are sick of your lies and tyranny. We'll give you soft, sweaty-dilling bastards a proper kicking. We'll be fighting for Ulan, the true monarch. This is a formal declaration of war. Next time we see you, it'll be on the battlefield. Seize him! Come along, traitor. Come along now. Traitors get the chop. But what? You can't do this. I'm an envoy. See how the queen's tyranny grows worse and worse by the day? Your watchmen waste no time. Baron Polishman III is dragged out into the courtyard and the head is struck from their shoulders. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, your majesty. What are the chances against the rebels? Pretty good. The barons aren't exactly a military powerhouse. I hope they don't persuade any other region to join the rebellion. That would be disastrous. Leader of the baron is Baron Schmegelman. As a reason for the uprising, considering your past transgressions, mainly your marriage to the Finfolk. Urge to murder rising. Yes, your majesty. Hold on to that feeling. You'll need it. That's right, your majesty. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before this is all over. I can't wait. I'll dig out the trebuchets. That is true. Why don't... because I assume... I don't know. They didn't expect me to kill him. Along the... Wait, did y'all not rebel? Oh yeah, no, you're all in rebellion already. Along the march aboard the undisciplined chaos, some of the soldiers mill about randomly looking scarred. The Baron's troops are gathering, but it's distinctly unimpressive. This is the best force we can muster? No, as a matter of fact, this is only the beginning. I've considered several proposals to further bolster our army for the trials ahead. Oh my god, they couldn't conscript or call upon the 9th. I was gonna say, Polishman, if you voted D, that would be some trolling right there. Ugh, are we really hiring Ashmedians to do our fighting for us? Dirty. Me too, but we have no choice. This is the price of victory. When the Ashmedian mercenaries arrive in the march, it becomes apparent how different their customs are from the locals. They pray to Kaldova, the machine god, and attempt to remind him that the world exists. They claim their swords are alive and will grow angry if sheathed for too long. They bathe every single day. But they're perfectly capable of enacting hideous violence in exchange for money. That's all the barons need from them. I've had a word from your cousin Lord Fitzsprout in the march, your majesty. What's he done now? Baron Polishman IV has taken him prisoner, but he smuggled out a letter. In the letter, he said he overheard a plan for an ambush over in the Blackveld. The marshal's scouting party picked them off neatly. Wait, he actually did something useful? I'm surprised as you are. She leaves us to deal with the other bidders. At least Lord Fitzsprout is alive and is not, and if not, freely roaming the march. Now this one Ashmedian in me. Vast armies darken the landscape like shadows of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in the rhythm of the marching boots. The kingdom is gripped in civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of the time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Your majesty, the army of the march is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous cur Baron Schmegelman. I received word from the commander of our loyalists in the south If they march now, they'll intercept the barons in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the north. It's risky, but together they have a chance of defeating the accursed barons. What are your orders, your majesty? Tell the grandees to fight the marchers head on. Very well, your majesty. I'll relay your orders to Grandee Xavius, the commander in the field. Hopefully they do as they're told. We have our orders, but should we follow them? I think you should follow them. I think you should. Grandees, it's time. Vote A. Time to slap these barons back into where they came. Easy, I win these. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for your marshal to return. Finally, she bursts into your throne room, drenched in blood and the sweat of battle. Marshal, report! At dawn, we drew up in battle formations. It's all very orderly at first, your majesty, but after the trumpets blow and cavalry charge, it's nothing but blood and screams. After the red mist lift, I praised the situation. The martial line was breaking. They were fleeing the field. It was a total rout, your majesty. With your loyalists scarcely taking a scratch, the 9th was with us. Huzzah! This is only the first battle, your majesty. We haven't yet won this war. The marcher army is scattered all over the countryside, being months before they regroup. This gives the chiefs time to bolster their troops. It all comes down to the next battle, your majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. I'll lead the troops personally this time. I must advise against this. You'll be in great danger, and inspiring as your presence may be to the troops, your death or severe injury would destroy their morale completely. No, I'm sick of waiting around. Very well, your majesty. I'll prepare you and your armor and your horse. We ride at dawn. Alright everyone, an ad break's about to start and I can't snooze it, so I'm going to slap on a 30-second ad break real quick before I start the auction. Alright, in 10 seconds I'll be starting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everyone should be back. I am starting the auction now. If you need to take a time to refresh your stream, then do it. Damn, 1,000 right into C. Farming up. What do they need to get it at? 6. FMX Xavius, I mean, you might as well slap some shit into E, I mean. If he joins, he's either going to be Barons or Grand... Oh, he also might be a Chief. Because that's just how this game works. I gotta figure out how if anyone's still here, I gotta figure out how these ads work, because I just couldn't snooze that ad, so I played a 30-second ad, maybe, to fucking postpone this ad, but no, it just was like, nah, we're playing an ad now. Okay, shit. Alright, farming up, faith up. We're gonna stay on this screen for a second until a little bit more of the ad break goes over. So, Polishman, are you here, Polishman? Can you hear me? I know you run an ad blocker. Are you here, Polishman? Who's here right now? I only like 400 gold. Don't think we could have knocked out the Chief's bit. The ninth god was literally with them. He has a good nun, yes. Oh! Warzy is on the Grandees. Alright, there's still a minute left in the ad break. Oh, apparently I clicked something. Uh-oh, I'm gonna wait. I didn't mean to click that. Fuck. We got 40 seconds left until the ad break's over. Sorry about that. I used a lot of the snoozes in the beginning. The ad is over right now. Oh, no one's in ads? Okay, so I was just standing here. I don't know why there was an ad break. It was telling me. Oh, well, Xavier's actually your moderator. You don't have ads. I forgot about that. All clear. War is taking its toll. All that's left of the... By the way, I got to the screen. If you were an ad, I literally just clicked, and then it just immediately went to this. I was trying to drag my screen, and I accidentally clicked Final Battle. We're doomed. Yeah, I think we might be doomed. I shall hydrate. Yeah, I think we might be doomed. With no army to speak of, the barons cannot march in the rebellion. They mill around their camp, waiting for the queen's forces to come and smash them to pieces. Okay. Poor barons, I know. Rebelling with one troop. You must have noticed that the chiefs aren't happy, your majesty. The rebels have a keen eye and they'll take advantage of the situation. If the North joins the rebellion, we'll be in serious trouble. It's high time you ask the chiefs directly what they need. Very well. When you call the council, the chiefs whisper amongst themselves, glancing at your direction. Gods be good, we have better things to do than hang around in this hall talking for hours on end. Yes, but it's not been the easiest time for any of us. I just hope we can all have a productive time. We're not just going to ignore them. Literally every one of our rebellions has lost. That's not true. Well, this is only the second one of this playthrough, but y'all have won rebellions before. I specifically remember someone winning the rebellion and then another team coming out and then like being voted to win. I believe that was Fran's monarchy or Fran's dynasty. I think he got in by like a sneaky rebel win. All right, that's it. When you place a group of chiefs in charge of an emergency advisory committee, they are very pleased indeed. Several weeks later, the marshal comes to see you. Those chiefs have a decent head for strategy. Their warriors are used to hardship in the long winters, so they're making sure our rations go as far as possible. Your Majesty, we must send aid to my friend in the field, Chief Rail Baron. What kind of aid? The Marcher forces march through his land and he's holed up in his fortress. The fortress can withstand a frontal assault, but the rebels aren't stupid enough to try that. They'll besiege the Chief Rail Baron and starve him out. You can't let this happen, your greatness. Why, he once saved me from a wild bear. I owe him my life. 500 gold for A. 500 gold for A, everyone. 500 gold for A. We should probably work on making our lands actually usable again. Yeah, next, I'm going to be playing another one after this. I'm going to help the barons if Polishman isn't trying to rebel all the damn time. I'll help y'all get your stats up, because it's not fun when you don't, like, if you're a part of a kingdom, you have no stats, you have no money. Like, I'm gonna start giving y'all 2 money now soon. But y'all can't rebel, and then you can't vote gold. If you rebel, you can't get my golden choice money, like they are. Just start a new dynasty, please. Gods bless you, Highness. Council, we are most grateful. A battle between the North and Marcher troops ensues. Outside the walls of the fortress, and phasers sandwiched between your armies and the chiefs, railmen's archers on blah. I fucked that one up so bad. The chiefs soon prove victorious, though both sides are depleted. Furthermore, your forces are now at a tactical disadvantage. You're stuck behind enemy lines and struggling to regroup. The war's end. It's the night before the final battle. The atmosphere among the northern warriors is jubilant. You've heard plenty of campfire war songs over the last few days. On the journey, you've had to leave most of the luxuries of the Queen behind, but your marshal was good enough to ensure the royal command tent was always well stocked with wine. Abstain from alcohol. You'll need a clear head and sharp wits from tomorrow. Tomorrow, we fight. How are you feeling, your majesty? Eager for glory. Let's see if that feeling survives contact with the enemy. Now that you're here, you can't chicken out. You need to lead your troops, otherwise the morale will plummet. Of course, I'm glad you understand. The next day, at an ungodly hour, you climb onto your warhorse and ride out with your troops to meet barons on the battlefield. The sky is blood red. The flags whip in the wind, horns blow, drums beat. Both sides are in a battle formations with the enemy visible only as 1,000 gleams of swords and armor. Your troops look at you, they're expecting an inspirational speech. Today we fight. Today we stand and we fight, brave warriors of the north. Your soldiers reply with a full-throated roar, nearly knock you off your horse. Charge! The warhorse is surged forward, sweat steaming from its flanks. You raise your sword, and for a beautiful moment, it catches the crimson light in the sun. The army roars and rumbles into motion behind you, gathering momentum like an avalanche. When you reach the enemy lines, however, things get more complicated. It's pure chaos, soldiers screaming and rolling around in the mud, blades flailing and crashing, blood spurting all over the place. At some point, your warhorse is cut down, but you roll out from under it and spring back up, waving your sword, and your soldiers roar with renewed vigor. Lead your troops. The battle lasts for hours, and then it's over in an instant. It's over. It's over. The barons are running, and instead of fighting them, your soldiers are cheering and chasing them down, shoving their swords into their backs. Your marshal appears at your side, still astride her horse, a fierce grin on her blood-speckled face. Victory! Glorious victory! We did it! She claps you on the back. We did. After victory comes the bloody, unpleasant business of hunting down and killing the enemies before you can regroup. Their screaming faces will haunt you for a long time. And after that, the celebrations. Your soldiers rampage the camp, drunk and singing raucously, happy to see another nightfall. Meanwhile, you and your marshal retreat to your tent to plan the next step. This calls for a glass of wine. No, a bottle. Your marshal happily accepts a drink, and you clink your glasses together. We'll make the barons pay for their betrayal. I'll leave that up to you. First off, I need to go siege a bloody castle. Victory! The marshal rides back out to oversee the siege. A few days later, you receive word that Baron Schmegel Castles has fallen. And just like that, the rebellion is over. Soon the armies of the grandees and the chiefs are parading through the city, waving their banners and showing off their loot. Meanwhile, Baron Schmegelman, the leader of the rebellion, is brought before you in chains. Common folk crowd the palace to watch. I can't believe you bested me. Go on with it. Get over it. Let him go with the warning. Blinking in surprise, Baron Schmegelman is freed from his shackles, bowing and stammering thanks. He beats a hasty retreat from the palace, and just like that, the march is defeated. The rebellion is over, and the kingdom is yours again. As you sit resplendent atop your throne, the common folk raise a mighty cheer. Long live the king, they shout. Long live the king. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Someone else can still win. Wait, I don't die. Yeah, I chose not to kill you. Now that the kingdom is at peace, you must seek an heir. Your heir needs to be someone young whose loyalty is assured. My husband and I will have a child together. Ah, the traditional method. No one will object. Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife have gone berserk in rural areas. They're attacking villages and travelers across the regions. These are not mere beasts, Your Majesty. They are great hulking creatures, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say the creatures are a dark omen, a sign of the end. By the ninth, what's gotten into these chiefs? They can't handle a few wild animals. The other regions have plenty of their own problems, Your Highness, and no one wants to march up to the frozen north for something like this. Then what am I supposed to do? Point of order, Your Highness. Through the church's presence in the north is minimal. We can provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome, whether they are adherents to the true God or not. It's the least we can do. Or if you can afford to send it, send a detachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild bears. That should put an end to this crisis. There is no rebels in Ba Sing Se. You're right. There is no rebels in Ba Sing Se. I'll be ending the vote once the vote ends. That's a majority. I also think, by the way, after this game, we might be getting an influx of some people. I do think Thrifty Tokens is going to be ending his stream soon. The Archbishop instructs all churches across the north to open their doors to refugees fleeing the attacks. They are more than glad for their assistance. Over time, the beasts withdraw. The northerners are grateful for the church's help, with many finding a new place in their hearts for the ninth god and his disciples. The chief architect bustles into your office carrying an armful of parchment. Statues can be torn, paintings can be burned. Don't you think it's time you left a lasting mark on the kingdom? I propose we carve your majesty's visage in the side of a mountain. It'll take dozens of artisans, thousands of hours. It will ensure you're always remembered. I'm so glad you think so, your majesty. It'll be the talk of the kingdom and blood. You can call a vote to discuss this outrageous plan on the mountainside. $500 gold for C. The V vote. That's my favorite Polsko. The V vote. Why is he going? What? No. Oh, Warzy, I forgot to say you joined during the ad breaks. I don't know if you heard, but you are on the Grandees. All right, I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With the council's approval, it's an easy enough matter to demand a tithe from your nobles. It doesn't stop them from grumbling, though. Planning starts in earnest. A mountainside is covered in scaffolding. You eagerly for news of the project's completion, but work is plagued by setbacks. The stone is harder to carve than anticipated. Storms knock down the scaffold. A rock slide erases much of the work. Your Majesty, I have to admit, I may have bitten off more than I can chew. I'm sure you'll get it out in the end, right? Yes, of course I will. As weeks roll by, it's clear that the chief's architect's grand ideas will take longer than to come to fruition. Goodbye, everyone's gold? No, that just means it's easier to get these two back up to everyone else. They already had like 100. They were behind anyway. It makes it easier for them to catch up, though. Your Highness, the situation in the march is dire. Our once proud army lies in ruins, and now the Archmedium border lies defended. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, Your Majesty, of the dangers those bastards pose. We must bolster our dwindling forces in the march. Who knows what will happen to our people without protection? 500 gold for B, everyone. 500 gold for B. I do want the marchers to have some troops because they have 0. Like, let's make sure they're able to play the game still. We're waiting on 1 vote for B, by the way. It is... Never mind, it's Sigpie. He isn't here. With a military, we can rebel once again. Nah, we'll see. Just trying to make sure y'all can play the game, though, a little. Hopefully it goes up more than 1. Surely the peasants just need some encouragement. Posters featuring your likeness, pointing at the reader with a text saying, Queen Sofia needs you, are soon plastered throughout the march. Once again, you're thankful for the superstitious common folk. Perhaps only out of fear, presence across the march, line up for armed duty. The barons are most pleased. Alright, you got your little bit. Your Greatness, I come to thank you in the 9th Church for your kindness during the so-called season of claws. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad for their help. The creatures' attacks have eased. I can only imagine why, but I thank the gods for it, both the old and the new. There's no need to thank us. Once the chief has bowed his head to leave, your archbishop is quick to lean over to you. Your Majesty, we are presented with a golden opportunity to expand the church's influence. We should capitalize on this goodwill immediately. Let's build a towering statue of a northern religious icon. All right, one more. Oh, it doesn't matter. That's majority. Your archbishop spins a compelling tale of an ancient northern woman, Brunhilde, who rose to sainthood by rejecting her pagan ways and embracing the 9th god's power. Her statue soon looms over the northern town of Moorhammer, a monument to northern faith and tenacity. No one notices that Brunhilde has never been actually written about until now. Ah, that happens. Big Nut, welcome. Welcome, Big Nut. You're on the Barons. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you joining and choosing this stream. An opportunity, Your Majesty. A Kurth ship sunk last week, just off our coast. I request permission to salvage the wreckage. Wait. It might be off your coast, but it's in our waters. Upon my honor, in fact, it's closer to our city of Serenzia than any of yours. But you ceded those waters years ago in exchange for a chest of silver. You are having money problems, your greatness. Esteemed council, don't let this liar fool you. No. Anything but give it back to KotC, because why would we do that? Why would I care about anyone besides my own people? This is all y'all. Y'all vote what you want. Brunhilde said it's ours. It's true. Brunhilde did say it's yours. Alright, it's looking like it's going to be B. I'll be ending the vote. Oh no, it's not a majority. 2, 3. I think that is a majority. I'll be ending the vote. Yep, alright, no one can match. What? But it's in our waters! Move over, the council's word is final, isn't it? The operation goes ahead and yields a great bounty for the grandees. Spices from Atesh, Salish, pearls, and strange music box. Everyone, I'm starting the auction now. Chiefs need farming up. And barons need farming down. Auction now. Yeah, Warzy was, you know, a baron soldier and then defected to be a loyalist. What can I say? Alright, we got 500, 500. Oh, 1,000 A, or 1,000 C, farming up, farming down, okay. The grandees really don't need to send any money into this one. Grandees can just save their money. Trade up, farming down. Your Majesty, this year we'll be holding Winter Feast in one of my clan hall. In my clan hall, it'll be an honor if you could attend. I look forward to it. Aha, I can't wait. Winter Feast is a special time of the year, you'll see. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Where the hell did it all go? I couldn't possibly say, Your Majesty. Perhaps you've been spending a little too freely. Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. You could get a bank loan, sell off jewels, or crack open a vault, or tomb. What's up with grandees being almost 10 everything? Well, you know, the barons and chiefs teamed up together. So somehow, with their combined votes, they just made grandees 10 everything. I'll sell off some jewels. You auction off necklaces, blah, blah, blah. It's a humiliating affair. Selling off symbols of power makes you look weak and desperate. Oh, look at this tiara. It's fetching, isn't it? Hey, check out this scepter. It looks like I'm the queen. Your Highness, I come for you with a humble plea. The chiefs in the north have had an awakening. The ninth god has found his way into our lands with your help, of course. Will you induct us into the church? What exactly do you want me to do? We wish to officially recognize the ninth god and ask you in return you appoint a northern bishop so that we may have representation among the clergy. I shall call a vote. Very good, Your Majesty. I would be most happy to perform the rites on this new bishop, should the council agree to it. Democracy, everyone. Democracy! I've never gotten to the point to install a northern bishop. They usually just get all mad and go wah. The council has decided that a new bishop shall be ordained. A first for the chiefs in the north. Chief Toby and his fellow devotees are overjoyed. The other regions, however, are more reluctant to accept the new bishop. All kinds of excuses are given. But in the end, it doesn't matter. The bishop is ordained at St. Bertrand's within the month. I gotta bribe these people. I just don't have money. After weeks of leading your baggage train along perilous mountain roads, you finally arrive at the snow-swept clan hall of Chief Ziggy Pie. The hall is crammed with all the chiefs of the north, sitting cheek to cheek along tables groaning under the weight of food and ale. Welcome, your majesty, to my humble hall. Take a seat and grab a drink. It is customary at winter feasts to exchange gifts with the host. What did you bring? Okay, not this, because it's just gonna not do a whole lot. A champion warhorse. Look at that beauty. A fine addition to my stable. Thank you, your majesty. After that, the feast lasts long into the night. The fire roars, the bards sing song of the old days, and the lake of ale is consumed. A couple hours you are extremely drunk. The chiefs appreciate how much you're getting into the spirit of things. They roar with laughter at your mumbled jokes. Some claps you on the shoulder so hard your crown falls into your beer. As winter feast draws on, the snow piles up outside the doors. The mood in the hall turns raucous. Your memory is blotchy, but you distinctly recall taking part in the contest. At winter feast, the chiefs challenge each other to various games. You soon find yourself facing Rail Baron 1 in a game of... Oh, fuck. We'll do an eating competition. You quickly realize that the contest hinges on eating some hideous northern delicacies. The first dish is a rotten fish that's been buried for 6 weeks. Rail Baron is already chomping away merrily. Take the challenge. You thank the Ninth Guard you're stinking drunk, otherwise you wouldn't be able to handle a single bite. You devour the rotten fish, holding your nose with one hand. The second dish is even worse. It's just a bowl of wobbling sheep's eyeballs, uncooked. Your opponent continues to munch away. Give it your best shot. 20 disgusting minutes later, your bowl is empty and your stomach is churning. The chiefs bring out the final dish, an unidentifiable meat, red as the sunrise and pulsating slightly. Your opponent takes one look at it before admitting defeat. You just need one bite to win. Eat the meat. It's tough as old boot and bitter as nettles. The chiefs watch in awe as you chew off one red mouthful, whispering among themselves, why aren't they happy? When you announce yourself the victor, they offer a half-hearted cheer. The next morning, the chiefs are scattered around the hall and groaning and nursing their hangovers. You wake up in an even worse state, sprawled onto a table, your clothes disheveled. Even worse, your crown is still missing. Fortunately, Chief Ziggy Pie comes to your rescue, gets you washed, and finds your crown before any rumors can spread. Thank you, Chief Ziggy Pie. Hiding your embarrassment, you bid farewell to the chiefs and begin a long, perilous journey back to the capital. A royal golem has crossed into our territory from the Ashmedian border, your majesty. This could be an exciting opportunity. So exciting. Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how the golem magic actually works. We could turn it even against the Ashmead. Your majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over the Ashmead, or over the chiefs or grandees. Golems are an offense to the Ninth God, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. I don't care. Do whatever you want. I, as a foreign baron, can confirm the barons would drown me for an advantage over people. Alright. Ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. And re-end the vote in 5. Okay. I think 2, 3, 7, 8. Okay, so technically, alright, redo it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We know from first-hand. All right, hold on. Let's do a little manage old prediction. Do they pass or fail, everyone? Do the grandees pass or fail? Predict with your channel points. You can click custom amount to enter a custom amount, or you can just sit there and spam 10 if you like. All right, looks like we're gonna get about 150 on fail, 100 on pass. 220 on pass, 200 on fail. Go. How to custom amount. This should be just enter custom amount, Polishman. Alright, well, let's see what happens. At first, all goes well. Well, choose outcome, fail. Congratulations, Big Nut and 2 others. It doesn't tell me the 2 others. Terrible news, my liege. The Baron's new toy went stark mad. Ran into the barracks and killed 100 of sleeping soldiers before they could be put down. I suspect it was an Ashmedian trick, sending us all a golem with instructions to sabotage us, and we fell for it, damn it. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. My daughter... The assembled nobles break out in polite applause. By designating an heir, you cement the stability of the kingdom. My liege, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name? Sophia II. Huzzah, my liege. I'm sure little Sophia will be a chip off the old block. Thank you, Big Nut. I appreciate it. A new baby. Greetings, your holiness. Some fine news from my knaves in the south. A baby has been born with on your birthday, bearing a birthmark in the shape of the number 9. A fantastic omen. Perhaps we should mark the occasion. I've seen a golem pan out a couple times. Alright, looks like we're going to have C and B. Grandees, I'd prefer C over B. Thank you. Alright, I'll be ending the vote. That's a majority. Hey, remember when you took my wallet for your monument? You know, I do. I do remember. Oh, praise be. 9th, bless you, your highness. The common folk will appreciate your generosity. There is another matter. They asked permission to name the baby after you. As long as the baby's not ugly, I shall assess the baby's appearances and act accordingly. True to his word, Grandy Warzi lets you know that the baby is perfectly adorable and therefore suitable for your name. As a child of the South named for you, who knows what sort of person this baby will become? You can only hope you're around to see it. Over the course of the spring, you find yourself plagued by horrific dreams. You're running through open woods full of screams. As your colossal jaws bite beast and human alike, you're always hunting, always hungry. The councils notice your lack of sleep, and as you become tired and irritable during court sessions, something must be done. You set out on your steed and spend a weekend preying on the game in the Blackwell, the dark and ancient forest not far from the capital. Yet strange urges creep in, like you want to jump on your prey and rip them apart with your own teeth. The dreams only grow more vivid. I think I'm a werewolf now after I ate the fucking meat up top. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a saint. You're well on your way to reaching that goal. The church has never loved a queen more. Well done, your majesty. But to shut down your noble schemes for good, we need something to build on that reputation. Spread the zeal of the 9th, the scepter of the sages. We're gonna continue with the faith route. Oh, we'll sit there, both faith. We're gonna do this one. A wise decision, your majesty. I'll send word to my priest, but of course you need to be worthy. Yep, I am worthy. I may secretly be a werewolf. Oh shit, I can just fucking finish that shit right now. Hold on. Well, let's... Dreadful tidings, your holiness. A meddling wizard has set up shop in Xanaskar. I believe it is Brzk, the Lord of Bells. Why is this a problem? They put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking peasants from all over the south are lining up for their chance. Not just peasants, Big Nut, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those common folk are no match. I'll be the most powerful noble this council's ever seen. You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servants' help. We can't just let this go ahead. It's not only heresy, it prevents a clear and dangerous conflict of interest. $500 gold for A. 500 gold for A, everyone. 500 gold for A. Polishman, the reason you die, by the way, every time you come up, I choose the death option if it's not significantly worse than the live option, because I just like seeing Polishman the 4th. I want to see Polishman the 18th soon. A true child of the monarchy. Upon my honor, how do we keep up with the noble and his... Upon my honor, how will we keep up with his noble duties? He's spending all his time in the South learning to be this wizard. And what if the 9th episode he actually passes his apprenticeship? There's never been a wizard on the council. You know, it might liven things up around here. You have nothing to fear from me, Your Highness. I'll always have the kingdom's interests at my heart, even as a wizard. Baron Bignut sets off immediately on his journey to the south. Bruce's presence in Zanskar attracts all sorts of visitors. Through the power of their latent magic starts to wilt crops for miles around. Your Majesty, I received messages from the priests beyond the capital. They're working hard to promote your power in every sermon. As they should. Let's see what they have to say. Unfortunately, we've hit some difficulties. The nobles challenge your claims of holding a special place in the Ninth's favor. The common folk are similarly unconvinced. To improve your chances, increase it more. What? I have fucking 24. What do you mean? More. Your Holiness, I bring dreadful tidings. The outbreak of the crystal pox ravages the south. How many dead? Whole villages have succumbed. Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion, victims of the crystal pox are only infectious at the boil stage. Once they are fully covered in crystals, they are no longer spread the disease. It is indeed. The pox crystals can be harvested and used to make jewelry. If allowed in the south, if we allow the pox to spread, we can make money on the south. Upon my honor, woman, that is heartless even for you. The only way to fight the pox is to close down roads and shut down all trade. Is that what you want? I prefer C. Loyalist grandees. Let's quarantine. Rail Baron, I appreciate it. Now, who else is there left? I believe it's a Baron Polishman. And technically Ziggy could come out of nowhere. They could wake up in the middle of the night. I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blockades are placed on the roads leading in and out of the south. Nobody goes in or out for a month. The crystal pox ravages the countryside. When the blockades lifted, many fields lie fallow with no farmers left to tend them. Southern villages are dotted with gleaming statues of the afflicted, but thanks to the council's quick thinking, the disease doesn't spread beyond the south's borders. Once the roads open up, the grandees harvest gemstones from the quarantined dead and sell them for a tidy profit. Down in the march, Baron Polishman the Fourth is visiting the wizard Gordius in this tower of black basalt. Lava bubbles and cracks in the stone, somehow flowing uphill. Last night, as I slept, I walked through the glittering halls of the apiary. You know what I saw? Ruined places, cracked and faded. The thrones of the dream queens stand empty. The hives are dead or dying. All goes according to plan. Thanks, my great wizard. Now shall we discuss how to overthrow this troublesome queen? Raise trade or stability? Alright, looks like it's raised stability. Far, far away that can be done. I will steal the queen away through the apiary where distance works differently. But the apiary is a land of dreams. And in times of turbulence, nightmares, it must be peaceful if I am to navigate it very far. Aye, that can be done. We'll make sure the kingdom is as peaceful as a sleeping lamb and everyone is dreaming pleasant dreams. For the final stage of the scheme, barons must raise stability to at least 9. Starting auction. Distance works like nether portals in Minecraft. That's exactly how it works. Alright, we got a lot in C and A. $15C, 12. Alright, is that it? I think that's gonna be it. There's a little money on E, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, Alright, let's see what happens. I think 2 things may have snuck in at the end. Farming up, military up. Your Majesty, I have some dire news. Chief Toby spoke. Chief Toby was found in the palace gardens this morning. He was attacked by something torn limb from limb. As he was technically your guest at the time, we must make every effort to ensure the chiefs that it was not intentional. You suddenly recall the night before, dreams of blood, gore, ripping helpless nobles apart with your powerful jaw. Your Highness, are you listening? Tell the chiefs he was killed by a wild beast. Despite your well-crafted story, the chiefs are not so easily appeased. One of their own dying while under your protection reflects badly on the crown, but more urgently is your knowledge of what happened. You have become a monster with an insatiable hunger for fresh meat, human or otherwise. I get used to this. If the ninth god has not wanted this for you, it would not have happened. Rather than shy away from your newfound powers, you embrace them, indulging yourself with regular midnight hunts. Soon, local peasants are afraid to go out at night, and rumors of a terrible bloodthirsty beast spread across the crownlands. Praise the ninth. Our soldiers are renowned throughout the kingdom and beyond. We've awarded so many medals that they can serve as full plate mail in a pinch. Why don't we transfer some of our best troops to the capital? They improve security and show the Southern Army for what it is, the pride of the kingdom. You want to station soldiers in the capital, Your Highness? Think of the threat to your security. Let us make use of them instead. Alright, everyone. We're going to operate in some democracy right here. Democracy. Let's get the barons some military. Democracy. The barons like this democracy. They're a big fan of it. Alright. Grumbling, the grandees send some of their less decorated troops over the Marth. The Southern soldiers whip up the local troop into shape. As a proud Southern watch march through the villages, marcher peasants flock to admire their drills at the parade ground. Many join up on the spot, eager to have their own sweeping capes and fine stiletto daggers. Cows go on milk, fields go unplowed, but the army ranks swell with enthusiastic recruits. Your Highness, unfortunately there's been some strange things happening in the newly built monument. I'd rather keep it quiet for now. The other nobles can be so judgmental. I don't want people to think I don't have a grip on my monument. I'll keep it quiet for now, Big Nut. Thank you, Your Majesty. Odd symbols being painted on bricks of the monument. No one knows where they're coming from, but those who stare at it go restless and free. What should we do? Spin over them. Baron Big Nut. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have chose that because it just made it. I thought that was treasury. My bad. As soon as the new symbols appear the next dawn, they are painted over before midday. That went smoother than I expected. Hopefully this will last. We'll hear of it. Fuck, I can't bribe y'all yet. God damn it. Ambition, sainthood. My priests send word from beyond the capital, Your Majesty. Ninth willing, it's good news. Your command of the kingdom is masterful, Your Majesty. The nobles are in no position to push back against you. Now as the true journey of sainthood begins. We will scour the kingdom for miracles so that you can show the holiness of your rule. Please thank the priests for me. Oh, they need no thanks. More than ever, they serve the crown and the ninth as one. I shall write to my priests directly. They will investigate some potential miracles and send word once they find something. After a few weeks, Baron Big Nut arrives excitedly. Huzzah, Your Majesty. Excellent news from the march. 9 black swans were seen on a river, and a group of barons followed them deep into the forest. The swans paid them no heed, but led them to a grove where stood an ancient forgotten church. The swans vanished, leaving only a single feather. Not to mention the marcher crop suddenly flourished. Besides, you must recall how last week the Saint Bertrands wept blood after you visited the cathedral, and that a peasant reported a vision of you being blessed by the ninth. When the Kroon's rule is holy, the ninth god rewards. Everyone agrees the signs are here. A sign of my power, I can feel it, and the ninth god might, Your Majesty. Don't forget that. I will make preparations for the ceremony at St. Bertrands Cathedral. I look forward to seeing you. That evening, your husband comes to see you. Saint Sofia, what an honor. I can only imagine what you'll do with the kingdom after this. I want the church and crown to work in harmony. As a saintly queen, you're just the person to do it. Before you know, the time has come. It's a gloriously sunny day in the capital, and the layers upon layers of ceremonial robes are rather hot. You stand before the Archbishop in St. Bertrands Cathedral. in front of gathered nobles. Glorb stands beside you, his hand in yours. Off to the side, Sofia II is watching excitedly. She occasionally tries to dash into the crowd, but her governess retrieves her each time. We gather before the power of the ninth god to witness the holy influence of Queen Sofia. There falls a very long sermon. It goes on and on. But eventually, it's time for your blessing. A blanket of silence falls over the cathedral. You step forward and the Archbishop springs holy water upon your brow. Perhaps you feel something. A warm glow as if the ninth god is watching. The power of the ninth god bathes you in holy light. The nobles can never stand against you now. Rise once more, Queen of the Kingdom and Saint Sofia. Sainthood, here I am, hooray! Yes, well, of course, we are all in awe of your enthusiasm, your majesty. Applauds rise in the cathedral, echoing in the huge rafters. Surrounded by her red-robed devotees, the High Inquisitor watching closely. After a moment, she applauds with the rest. At the next council session, the nobles arrive to find a cluster of inquisitors who have joined your honor guard. What are they doing here? Since when does the Inquisition have a place in the council? By the ninth, hush. Do you want to be tried for heresy? The power of the ninth god courses through my veins. The nobles fall silent, terrified. Maybe sainthood doesn't work like that, but what does it matter? Over the course of the day, even the boldest nobles are quick to vote with the crown. It's so easy, relaxing, efficient. You finish early for the first time in months. With the church at your back, you have a license to do what you please, as long as you keep on the ninth god's good side, of course. A long, glorious, and venerated reign awaits Saint Sofia. The chiefs decided that the time must have not been ripe. The prophecy was quietly forgotten by all except the god speakers who waited for the right omens to rise again. The attempt to woo Gordius to the martyr cause was doomed to failure. Eventually, the wizard, bored of the mortal squabbles, burned Baron Polishman III to a crisp with one well-placed fireball. The grandees have celebrated their victory. Sofia was venerated as a true hero of the South, but some whispered that the grandees were losing their control of their puppet as the queen consolidated her power around her heir, Princess Sofia II. Praise be, under Saint Sophia's reign, the church was all-powerful. The only thing warmer than the hearts of the believers were the heretics being burned alive. The queen died peacefully after another 15 years of devout rule. Legends say that an angel appeared at her bedside to bear her to the thereafter. I might, you know what? Maybe I do RP on this playthrough. But alright, well, first of all, 4 years, 9 months, that's pretty long. That might be my longest reign. Glorb is my spouse, Sofia my heir. Wealthiest Toby, poorest Rail. And here are the stats.